Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakudash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatab Yawa'ala coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, Lord's will is edifying. This one just going into news and prophecy as of the 29th, 2025. All right, I got a couple articles. I just want to grab a couple precepts and just showing end time prophecy. All right, showing that it's speaking, showing that we are actually at the end. All right, no matter what anybody else wants to say, these end time prophecies are speaking, and this is how we know salvation is nearer than when we believe. All right, now let me start with this. This is Habakkuk 2:1. It says, "And I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time." And these visions are talking about the prophecies. All right, there's an appointed time for the prophecies to come to pass. Now, we're specifically looking forward to end time prophecy. All right, and it just so happens that end time prophecy is coming to pass as we speak here in this very day and age. All right, it says, "But at the end it shall speak and not lie." And when it speaks, what does that mean? It's being made manifest. All right, showing you that the Lord is working. It says, "Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." And we're at that time where these prophecies are not tarrying anymore. All right, the Lord is showing us that he's working. Okay, now this one real quick. This is dated September 24, 2025. It says, "Newsom to sign bill that could censor Californians' online speech." I'll read a little bit of it. California Senate Bill 771, officially titled the Social Media Accountability Act, has emerged as a significant legislative effort to regulate the role of social media platforms in amplifying harmful content. Authored by State Senator Henry Stern, the bill was recently enrolled and presented to Governor Gavin Newsom on September 22nd, 2025, marking a pivotal moment in legislative journey. As the state grapples with issues of online hate speech and its societal impact, SB 771 proposes a framework to hold large-scale media companies accountable, sparking both support and contention. It says Senate Bill 771 seeks to impose liability on social media platforms with annual gross revenues exceeding $100 million for facilitating or amplifying content that violates California laws protecting personal rights. These laws outlined in California's Civil Code prohibit discrimination, violence, intimidation, or coercion based on protected characteristics such as race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, or immigration status. This bill defines a social media platform and holds these entities accountable as joint tortfeasors if their algorithms relay or contribute to such violations. The bill is slated to take effect on January 1st, 2027, providing a transition period for compliance. All right, and you know who this is aimed at. Okay, you know, we go into, starting from our apostles and elders on down, we go into the truth. All right, and the truth, what? That brings out, you know, the promises. It brings out the gospel. It brings out the exposing. All right, the man of sin being exposed, being the Edomite, and his top tribe being Amalek, those small hats. And, you know, they like to call that what? Anti-Semitism. So when we bring out truth, all right, according to the scriptures, they consider it hate. So we understand who this is targeting. Okay, now this just puts fines into place for these companies like YouTube or whatever other video platforming social media company that puts it in the algorithm to make the videos basically popular, or just to put them in algorithms to where you can see it. So what is this going to do? This is going to blackball the truth, and ultimately, you know, this is the next step for them to do away with, you know, the internet altogether, but, you know, the truth, which goes into what? Amos the 8th chapter, which I'm going to grab real quick. All right, again, we are witnessing end time prophecies coming to pass. And see, you know, Esau, this is what he has in mind, but this is all by way of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And this is what the Lord is sending. Okay. A famine of the word. Now, there will be other famines. There will be actual famines of food and water. All right. We understand what's coming to pass. We understand the plagues that are coming. But there's also a famine of hearing the words of the Lord, because this is truth. All right. The Lord is sealing the elect. And, if they're not sealed already, but he's sealing the elect. And the elect will have this truth. All right. Isaiah 33:6. The knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. All right. You go into the parable of the virgins. What did they do? They filled their lamps. They trimmed them. All right. And had that oil. And what is that a representation of? Of the truth. And what did the foolish ones have? They didn't have it. They weren't getting this truth. They weren't, this truth had no significance for them. All right. It wasn't of importance. But we're going to see that once this thing is taken off and all hell starts to break loose even more, these people are going to be crying for it. What's going to get into it? It says, but of hearing the words of the Lord, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. And what are they thirsting after? They're thirsting after truth. All right, they're thirsting after answers. And in the times to come, when all hell's breaking loose, all right, when they see total chaos, all right, when they see the coming down with great wrath of the devil, they're gonna want to know what's going on. And see, the prophets, it's gonna come a time where the prophets aren't gonna be out there on the highways and hedges. All right, we're seeing how everything is playing on the internet. There's gonna come a time where the prophets aren't gonna be on the internet. There's not gonna be videos where you can go. You can see how they're putting it into the legislation, all right, to blackball the truth. So it's not even going to be available in the algorithm. You can search it up, all right? You can, whatever you want to do. And eventually it's going to come a time where you can even go to the pages won't be there. None of the videos will be there. You go, you seen where brothers and apostles, elders on down were preaching. You're going to go to that corner, you're going to go to that street, and they're not there. All right? And that is what? That's famine of the word. And this is what the Lord said is coming. Okay? Now, real quick, because this truth, all right, it's gone out. But Isaiah 55:6, and I'm gonna jump down. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found; call ye upon him while he is near." Now the Lord is near. All right, you can still get this truth again. Lessons daily, multiple lessons by all brothers, by all apostles, by all elders. All right, who are diligently working. You can go to right now and you can get fed. It's still in the algorithms. All right. But again, there's coming a time where you're not going to be able to be fed. All right. You're just, if you're of the elect, you'll have it. But if not, you're going to be bugging out. All right. Now, I wanted to jump down verse 11 because this is the point. It says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. And it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it." And the Lord's word is prospered. All right. The elect are being sealed up. Prophecy is coming to pass. And ultimately, what's going to happen? This place is going to be destroyed. The 2/3 are going to be destroyed. The wicked is going to be destroyed. Esau is going to go into slavery. The kingdom is going to come. Yahweh Shai is going to come. All right. The great salvation of the elect is going to come. Okay. And then what? It's if you believe it or not. It's if you have this knowledge or not. But the prophets have been out there, what? Years, decades. Apostles and elders, 40 on down. They're elders. How long has the truth been on the scene? Okay? Basically from what? 1969. This truth started coming back into the earth with the Elder Abba Bivens, which fulfilled prophecy. Okay? So, the word of the Lord doesn't go out void. All right? And we're coming to a time where the Lord is going to peel back this truth from being accessible. All right? Real quick, Matthew 24:14. "And this gospel of the kingdom, which is the good news, shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." So this is how we understand this. We are fastly approaching the end. Okay? This is where we're at in prophecy. All right? and then I just wanted to grab this real quick. Let me. Yeah, of course, it won't work. But yeah, let me read these ones real quick. It says, just to switch gears, all right, because another end time prophecy is what? The MOTB. All right, one step closer to the MOTB is what? This digital ID, which when you go into Revelation, the 13th chapter, you can look up the root words. One of the words there, this grapho, which goes into the information that's on these chips. Now, this is a step towards that being implemented. All right, this is Swiss. This is from one day ago. MSN.com. Swiss voters approve plan for electronic identity cards. All right, which is what? A digital ID. All right, straight to the point. Data will be stored only on the smartphones of individual users, and digital IDs will be optional. So it's, as of right now, it's optional in the Swiss. But here we have over here in the UK. It says, this is also on MSN. It says, first the UK, next the US. Britain's digital ID plan should scare Americans. The UK may be about to get even more dystopian. Prime Minister Keir Starmer proposed a plan last week that would require every adult in the United Kingdom to have a digital ID in order to work in the country, with these IDs becoming mandatory by 2029. Employers would be required to consult an app-based system containing a person's name, photo, birthday, nationality, and residency status rather than check physical IDs or national insurance numbers, the UK's version of the Social Security, before hiring. All right, so again, you can see where this is going. All right, now this right now it's an app, okay, that you can get the name, photo, birthday, and what do they want to do with this? Eventually, they want to make this into a CHIP. This is the step before they require the CHIP. But see, this is already becoming mandatory if you want to work in the UK. All right, this is one step closer to the MOTB, and it's coming fast. And this is by what, 2029, which the Lord can have things speed up faster than ever. All it takes is a false flag, an event here. Black Swan event, all right, something to happen where they can make this thing go faster than they want it to go, or faster than they would have even thought, because the Lord is speeding up the times. Again, our salvation is nearer than when we believed. All right, but hey, this is what they got in plan. So by 2027, you're gonna have this specifically in California. All right, and then you have this that's already been approved in Swiss, and then also in the UK, mandatory digital IDs. So again, this CHIP, this MOTB is closer than ever. All right, this is one of the last few end time prophecies that has to come to pass. All right, before we get up out of here, Lord's will we be at that number. All right, I'll read it real quick. Revelation 13 and 16, straight to the point. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, and what is that mark? That CHIP, that micro CHIP. Okay, you go into the root words charagma, charax. All right, goes into the actual CHIP and the delivery method, that needle. And then you go into grapho, which again is the information that's stored on that CHIP with your digital ID, your medical records, all right, your social security, okay, everything, a CHIP in your hand or in your forehead. So, and this is the point, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So just like how in the UK they're making the digital ID mandatory for you to work, well, they're gonna make the beast, all right, is gonna make this mandatory for you to be able to buy or sell. All right, so in the financial world, to exist, you're gonna have to get the CHIP. Okay, and that's why it's called the hour of temptation, because the elect are gonna know and understand that the Lord will get them through anything. All right, hey, the scriptures say, "My servants shall eat." Hey, the elect are gonna be able to take that leap of faith when the time comes to rely on the Lord for the Lord to provide. All right, and they're gonna not be one with this society. Okay, they're gonna be ostracized. They're gonna be persecuted. All right, some of the elect are going to be killed, but so be it. The elect do not want any unity, okay, for lack of a better word, with this society. But you can see how the majority of our people, they want that unity. All right, they want to keep that whatever possessions they got. They want to just, hey, this is just another form of progression, all right, in society to them. All right, this is just another form of technology. Okay, but really, what is it? It's the MOTB, and this is end time prophecy. It says that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And the scriptures say, with all thy getting, get understanding. All right, this is what we're understanding. The Lord is working. All right, the Lord is showing us that hey, we're coming to this very end. All right, and it's approaching very fast. And I'll end off on this. Is the second Ezra 9:1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And this is how you measure. When we see things like this, we know we're close. Okay? It says, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And the Lord is working. All right? The Lord is working. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which are more signs. All right, you had an earthquake recently over here in the Bay, in Berkeley. Okay, but you have them all over the place, and they're increasing in magnitude. And also uproars. You're having a lot of protests. They just had one out there in the land of Israel. All right, protesting Nathaniel Nottinjew. All right. But a protester going all around the world. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, which is the literal definition of prophecy. All right, it's to say before. And this is the whole testimony of Yahushua, Revelation the 19th chapter. All right, the testimony of Yahushua is what? The spirit of prophecy. Those who truly believe in Yahushua are going to have that same testimony, and they're going to be looking for what the Lord said was going to happen. Okay. It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Hey, the visions are speaking. All right. The end is manifest, meaning the end is being made clear. If you can receive it. Okay. Even so, the times also of highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And the Lord is giving us these signs to look for. All right. If you can see it. Okay, the signs are there. The Lord is showing us that the end is nigh. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning, which is the elect. All right, the elect are going to be able to obtain the salvation. Lord's will, we be of that number. Okay, and they've been predestined, so there's nothing you can do to be of the elect, which the elect will have characteristics, all right, but there's nothing that can make you of the elect. It's if the Lord has chosen you to be of the elect or not, all right, but the elect will have what? Faith and works, all right, to be able to escape these things, going to believe, and they're going to have the works to go along with that belief, all right. But yeah, just a quick news and prophecy, 9/29/25, the current events, what's going on. Hey, the Lord is working, and we are approaching the end. All right, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and Abba Baba.